Ethiopia inaugurates state-of-the-art science and art museum. The government of Ethiopia opened a brand new scientific museum in the nation's capital, Addis Ababa, as part of its effort to overhaul the country's digital infrastructure. Social advancement, increased productivity, and inclusive growth have all been primarily fueled by technological transformation. The next wave of technological revolution is just getting started in the world right now. In this new paradigm, opportunities are varied for different nations depending on their phases of development. Making sure the strategy for digital transformation is treated as a means to a nation's national development vision and priorities is a crucial first step. The facility's opening was celebrated as a step forward in imagining the role of technology in Africa's digital transformation during the Pan-African Conference on Artificial Intelligence 2022. The museum's circular Ring of Knowledge exhibition space for scientific and technical innovation, which occupies 6.78 hectares, symbolizes humanity's limitless capacity for invention. The museum complex has 2 floors and a height of 9 meters on a 15,000-meter square of ground. A visitor's center, 2 sizable exhibition halls, an amphitheater, a number of offices, and a canteen are all located on the main level. Both a solar farm and a roof garden for outdoor relaxation are located on the picturesque 360 roof. The Dome Theater, a 3-dimensional cinema with a 24-meter height and 450 square meters of space, is located in the second section of the Scientific Museum and can hold up to 200 people at once. This digital transformation strategy for Ethiopia is in line with important domestic documents like the 10-year Development Plan 2020 to 2030 and the 2019 Homegrown Economic Reform Agenda, as well as with international commitments like the Sustainable Development Goals and the Continental Digital Strategy of the African Union. In order to create an inclusive, knowledge-based, and successful society, these guiding government documents seek to fix macroeconomic imbalances, eliminate structural barriers to inclusive prosperity, and highlight sectoral priorities. The government has prioritized employment creation, foreign exchange and exports, and inclusive growth in the following sectors: agriculture, manufacturing, mining, ICTs, the creative sector, and tourism, like the Science Museum. The museum is housed on a 7-hectare area with 2 large building complexes and a number of interactive displays that showcase regional solutions for problems in industries like manufacturing, robotics, healthcare, finance, and cybersecurity. The Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia's Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, stated in his remarks that the Science Museum is a demonstration of Ethiopia's devotion to science and technology. He mentioned Ethiopia's digital economy strategy, whose execution began 2 years ago, as evidence of the country's dedication to the industry. He praised the Artificial Intelligence Institute for its promising ability to conduct problem-solving research and for being one of the governmental organizations launching efforts to promote the nation's digital transformation effort. Additionally, Mr. Ahmed emphasized the desire that the museum serve as a breeding place for inventive ideas, inspiring young people to think imaginatively. The Economic Commission for Africa, represented by Mr. Antonio Pedro, guaranteed that it will continue to encourage efforts to use ethical AI and innovation for the advancement of Africa. The necessity of ongoing research into artificial intelligence's benefits for Africa, and the kind of ethics we should follow when utilizing the technology was brought up throughout the discussion. In order to fully utilize emerging technologies and maintain economic growth on the continent, Mr. Pedro highlighted the various digital technology transformation projects funded by the ECA. Big data, machine learning, and infrastructure expansion were mentioned as 3 key areas where the ICT sector can grow. The 4th Industrial Revolution has begun, and technological advancements are radically changing how people interact, live, work, produce, and trade. Manufacturing has historically been a significant driver of development, but the labor substitution effect of automation may be closing the window for developing economies to use manufacturing for job creation and general development. The last industrial revolution did result in significant worker displacements before living standards rose. But today's changes are occurring at a time when it is more clear what governments can do to help and guide their economies through these disruptive periods. Because change is frequently analyzed using traditional thinking, rather than taking into account fundamentally new and disruptive models, the erroneous narrative results. Government must now take on a completely new role in facilitating the digital economy as a result of this change. This position focuses more on fostering an enabling atmosphere than on actual implementation. From a regulatory standpoint, it necessitates a transition from risk manager to development enabler. The projected liberalization of the banking and telecom sectors is one of the earliest indications of this transformation. Additionally, developing more positive and trustworthy relationships with non-governmental organizations and the commercial sector will be necessary. The digital economy encompasses more than just the accessibility of digital goods and services. A functioning digital economy requires a number of interconnected components, such as infrastructure, supporting systems, a thorough regulatory environment, etc. These components make it possible for individuals, organizations, and institutions, including the government, to engage in and make contributions to the digital economy. At the same time, they contribute to fostering a growth environment that encourages innovation and expands access to services. To analyze the strengths, weaknesses, and gaps preventing digital transformation, it can be helpful to deconstruct this complex system using an analytical framework. A unified framework enables rigorous comparison across economies, surfacing important insights and lessons. Governments, businesses, and entrepreneurs will benefit from using digital tools, and society as a whole. One notable example is the e-commerce industry's explosive global growth. The disruption of numerous current procedures will expose incumbents to competition. Though workers' skill requirements will alter and automation will lead to the loss of certain jobs and the creation of others. The benefits, however, will be enormous, but unlike earlier significant technical and economic breakthroughs, they won't come back quickly or through a painless transition. The government must ensure that this approach is internationalized due to the greater interconnectedness and rapid globalization brought on by the digital revolution. There has never been a more crucial time for international norms and collaboration. The strategy also aims to make clear how crucial digital transformation is for Ethiopia. It provides a diagnostic of where the nation is at in terms of its digital transformation journey and makes recommendations for bridging structural gaps as well as pursuing bold opportunities. A digital economy is based on citizens, corporations, and governments all having access to the internet. Two essential components are needed to create this access: the core connectivity infrastructure, which consists of fiber optic cables, mobile phone towers, and inexpensive devices, and the fundamental infrastructure, such as transportation and energy. For a digital economy to function properly and continually, both must achieve a mature stage. The former enables the latter to be produced and run in a seamless manner. To transform connectivity into usable goods and services, an intermediary layer or middleware is required to connect infrastructure to applications. Key systems including digital ID, payment platforms, asset registries, and cybersecurity make up this technologically supported layer, which together allow for quick verification and transactions. The availability and adoption of applications and services are significantly constrained by high transaction costs. For instance, relying entirely on cash as a medium of exchange without using digital identification or payment gateways to speed up transactions can stifle the expansion of e-commerce. The entry points into the digital economy for end users, individuals, or businesses are applications. These are services that were created and are used with enabling technologies on top of connection infrastructure. They take care of a perceived need or difficulty by the user, improve productivity, and offer routes to encourage fruitful interactions between users. Adoption of these applications is ultimately largely what leads to value creation in a digital economy. Examples include social media apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Telegram, as well as e-commerce apps that connect buyers and sellers, and e-government apps that help deliver government services. A number of new digital technologies have a significant impact on agriculture today and in the future, and they are already helping developing nations' agricultural productivity rise. The Internet of Things and blockchain technologies are two examples of such technologies. The Internet of Things is mostly utilized in agriculture to assist farmers in better monitoring their yields and subsequently better harvest prediction, better locating and identifying illnesses, better predicting the weather, better applying fertilizer, and better mapping fields. This is typically accomplished using a variety of tiny sensors, including soil sensors, livestock sensors, weather sensors, storage sensors, and position sensors. These can be used to detect rainfall, air and ground temperatures, animal and human body temperatures, soil moisture, pH and nutrient levels in water, atmospheric pressure, the location of problem areas, and potential moisture that could damage harvested crops while they are being stored. Blockchain, the decentralized ledger technology that powers cryptocurrencies and may be utilized in a variety of other applications, including smart contracts, is another cutting-edge technology for agriculture. This is often associated with Ethereum. Farmers typically are paid the least in agricultural value chains despite doing the most labor-intensive task. Companies must make sure that their farmers follow fair trade requirements in order to be eligible for fair trade labeling. Every transaction in a value chain may be easily tracked thanks to blockchain, making it possible to assess adherence. The value of a decentralized ledger is apparent, but cryptocurrencies are subject to volatile fluctuations and have used as a base for cyber attacks. As a result, the Ethereum model is far less well known because the underlying technology is sometimes much too sluggish, and many applications do not actually require decentralized ledgers. Initiatives to track the value chain are already in place in Ethiopia. The two projects mentioned above offer worldwide solutions for logistics management by utilizing contemporary technologies. It is crucial to remember that implementation will require an iterative process to guarantee that creative solutions are tailored to Ethiopia's particular needs. Working with regional content creators will be necessary for this because they are still in the early stages of technology entrepreneurship and the creation of new technologies. Institutions like the Artificial Intelligence Research and Development Center and the Addis Ababa University Artificial Intelligence and Robotics Center of Excellence can assist local business owners in creating these novel technologies that will keep Ethiopia at the forefront of automated logistics systems. Additionally, an increasing number of private sector companies are investing in AI entrepreneurship, which is altering Ethiopia's technological landscape and opening doors for locally developed automated and robotic solutions. Because the IT-enabled services industry is worldwide in scope, there is intense rivalry, and real-time, dependable customer communications are essential. Ethiopian business process outsourcers cannot dependably handle jobs that require real-time communication, such as virtual support, because to connectivity issues. As the internet develops faster and more dependable, it connects the almost limitless pool of young and educated people from around the world with businesses and people seeking to outsource labor in various countries. Given a fast and reliable internet connection, everyone on the planet can be their virtual cubicle neighbor in cyberspace, which presents a unique potential for exchange in labor. Ethiopia is blessed with a variety of tourist-friendly natural and cultural attractions. Ethiopia's tourism sector has rapidly grown as a result of significant increases in both leisure and business travel, although it has not yet reached its full potential. In 2017, there were 933,000 foreign visitors in Ethiopia, up 13% yearly from 2007, a rate that was higher than Sub-Saharan Africa's rate of growth of 7.3%. Ethiopia's relatively good air connection in the area and its wealth in tourism resources, which includes 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and 4 UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritages, totaling 13 sites, are major factors in the country's growth. In particular, during the past 10 years, corporate tourism has climbed 11% annually, while leisure tourism has expanded 15% annually. Ethiopia behind other sub-Saharan African nations in leisure and commercial travel, despite experiencing significant growth rates. Despite making up over 9% of the population of sub-Saharan Africa, Ethiopia only receives 2% of all leisure travelers there. This is largely caused by tourists' lack of knowledge about Ethiopia's tourism potential, which makes them pick other places to travel. Additionally, only 18% of tourists in Ethiopia are doing so for business, compared to 33% in Kenya, 44% in Tanzania, and 70% in Rwanda. 25. The low percentage of business travel to Ethiopia can be linked to the country's weak private sector and unfavorable business climate. Additionally, Ethiopia hosted less international events between 2016 and 2018 than other African nations like South Africa, Kenya, and Rwanda. The key issue that latecomer nations encounter when implementing new technologies is how to reduce any potential dangers and disruptions to the current production system, while maximizing the benefits that can be obtained from the new technology. To guarantee that policies toward digital transformation are in line with the nation's national development vision, policy objectives, and priorities is a crucial necessity for balancing the benefits and costs of the new digital technologies. Ethiopia and other African nations can benefit greatly from China's experience in this regard. Today's developing nations, particularly those that were latecomers to export-led industrialization like Ethiopia, are going through several technological revolutions at once, including the industrial, transportation, and electrical revolutions that took advanced economies decades or centuries to develop. They are still catching up with the old technologies, so their main challenge is keeping up with the new digital revolution, which will undoubtedly speed up their development process. At the same time, they must avoid losing the advantages of existing technologies and avoid the dangers of leapfrogging before learning how to walk. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Please remember to leave a like and also to subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one.